groovy vertical carrot cake. Was it worth all this trouble?
Let's see what's cooking. It's time for Yo-Yo Max 12.
Hello everyone. First thing we're going to do is mix up some dry ingredients. 1/2 cup plus 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour. 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. 1/2 teaspoon of ground ginger. 1/4 teaspoon ground nutmeg. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And 1/8 teaspoon of ground cloves. Whisk that together and set that aside. Now in another bowl, you'll place 1/2 pound of carrots that have been finely grated, a cup of pecans that were toasted and chopped up, and a tablespoon of fresh minced gingerroot, which is something I've never used in baking before, this kind of cake, so that was interesting. Stir that up, set it aside, and in another bowl, you'll place 8 egg yolks. Beat the egg yolks with 2/3 cup of white granulated sugar and continue to beat on high until the egg yolks become very light colored and nice and thick. As you can see here, it's actually quite amazing how they transform when you beat them. Then you'll blend in that flour and spice mixture into that. And once that's combined, pour it into your carrot mixture and you're going to stir it all together until it's nicely combined. Make sure that your carrot mixture is in a very large bowl because this makes a lot of cake. Now once that's nicely and thoroughly combined, you're going to take the 8 egg whites and put them in a mixing bowl and whisk those until you get stiff peaks. When they start to look like they have soft peaks, you can beat in 2 tablespoons of white sugar a little bit at a time and continue to whisk this until the egg whites are glossy and stiff. Then you'll take those egg whites and you're going to fold them into that carrot mixture. And that's why I'm telling you, you'll need a large bowl because this is a lot of stuff. Gently fold in those egg whites. You want them thoroughly combined, but you don't want to flatten that egg white completely. So do it gently. You just don't want any big clumps of egg white in your mixture when all said and done. Then we're going to prepare the dishes we're going to need to bake this on. This cake is like a jelly roll kind of style cake, so you'll need 2 large baking dishes or jelly roll pans. I used 2 cookie sheets that have an edge to them. I put some parchment paper down and greased it with cooking spray, and you're going to need 2 of them. So half of the mixture is going to go on one and half on the other, of course. Put the mixture on and spread it out until it's nice and even, and then you're going to put this in the oven and bake it at 350 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes or so until they are baked, and when you touch the center it lightly springs back. There they are out of the oven. I let them cool just a little bit. I inverted them onto some clean tea towels sprinkled with a little bit of powdered sugar, took the parchment paper off, and while these cakes are still warm, go ahead and cut any crusty edges along the edges of the cake if you have any. And then you're going to roll up this cake while it's still warm, and the reason you do it while it's warm is so it doesn't crack as much. So roll it up in the tea towel and then you'll allow these to cool completely rolled up just like this. Now nothing goes better with carrot cake than a cream cheese frosting. So I whipped up a batch of cream cheese frosting. I'll put the recipe for that in the description box below. It has 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese. It has some butter and some vanilla and powdered sugar in it. And you just whip it up until you get the frosting. If you don't want to use cream cheese frosting, use whatever kind of frosting that you want in this. And then once your frosting is done, then we can fill up our cake. Here are the cakes. They are now cooled. You unroll them and make sure that they are cooled because you don't want your frosting to melt. Now you're going to cut each of those pieces in half. Don't cut your tea towel. And then put some frosting on each one. Then roll up the first one. And when you get to the end of it, you're going to pick it up and you're going to put it on top of the next one along the edge. See, so you want them to be like together. Roll up the next one, and then you're going to frost the other two pieces, and you're going to do the same thing. So I just kind of tuck in the next roll into the first roll, if you know what I mean. And then I just continue rolling. What you'll end up is one big cake roll. It's going to be quite thick. This wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. It is quite messy though, so be prepared for that. And that is basically, this is your cake. So what I did was I just kind of try to form it into a good shape. And then I frosted the cake with more of that cream cheese frosting that I had. So I just continued to frost it until it was completely covered with frosting. And it makes quite a kind of a tall cake when you're done. And then I can't remember what I was making this for, but I decided to decorate a little bit. I decorated it with some more toasted pecans, and I had these little gummy carrots in my decorating stash, so I added those on there. And in theory, when you slice this cake, you get, instead of horizontal layers like in a normal layer cake, you're supposed to get this, vertical layers, when you slice into it. And this is what it's supposed to look like, and this is how mine turned out. As you can see, there are vertical straight up and down layers there, but they're almost impossible to see really. When you slice into it, you can sort of kind of see the vertical stripes or the vertical layers of cake, but you know what? It's kind of underwhelming considering all the work it takes to make this cake. They're a little bit more, you can kind of see the layers in it when you take a slice out, but it looks nothing like the one from the website. And this is a lot of trouble. So what I would recommend you do is, if you make this, instead of rolling those cake layers, just stack them so you get like a bar cake. So you'll have a long rectangle cake with 4 layers instead of something like this. A lot less trouble, and really the result is going to be almost the same. Now, this is an exceptionally good carrot cake. It is a really good carrot cake. It might be one of the best carrot cakes I've ever tasted as far as what the cake tasted like. Because of all that fresh ginger in there, it really gave it a very, very great flavor. Great carrot cake. If you love carrot cake, you're going to love this one. I'm just not in love with the method. I have been on YouTube for 20 years this year in October, and not surprisingly, I've done carrot cake before. I know it's hard to believe. In fact, I've done several carrot cake-like things on my channel. I put them on a playlist. So if you want to go check them out, go ahead and click on your screen, and thank you so much for watching.